Hey, Dan here, and this is Dreams Around the World. I'm here with my friend Matt, and in this video we are talking about how you can connect with people primarily in a professional capacity. Matt is the founder of the largest internet marketing meetup in the world. There's over 10,000 members, and one of the things I love about this guy is he's great at connecting people. He's helped me grow my business. He's connected probably thousands of people, maybe not that many, but at least hundreds, probably thousands, something. He connects a lot of people. So we thought this would be a great video to do together. We're going to share 3 tips in this video on connecting with people kind of in a professional capacity. What's tip number 1?
So tip number 1 actually goes back to my childhood. Whenever my friends or anybody would come into our house, my mom would always try to feed them constantly. Like, if you've ever been into my family's Middle Eastern, but I know like Italians and Greeks, like as soon as you get there, everyone's just trying to shove food down your face like the entire time. And this just comes down to like the culture of it or whatever. So I've done this a lot when I go to events or I meet somebody. I always trying to put food in their mouth. And people often appreciate it, especially when they're hungry and the food's delicious. So feed people. If you are going to an event, bring some delicious food that you know people are going to put in their mouth. If you go to a networking event and you meet somebody, maybe you could invite them out to go and eat and go somewhere that has delicious food that they will devour. People really bond over food. So feed people is tip number 1.
My tip number 2 is to go deeper. I remember when I started in business, I was like 23, 25-ish. I don't remember exactly. I should look it up. I'd go to these like little coffee meetings. Like, oh, hey, we'd meet at an event. Hi, nice to meet you, Matt. And then let's have coffee.
That's how we first met.
I did actually become a good friend. But you go to these like 20, 30-minute coffee meetings, and sometimes it's good that it's quick. Yeah. But you're never going to build a real connection. So go deeper is about going deeper. So maybe you meet someone and instead of being like, let's get a coffee, be like, let's go out and have 3 beers, or let's have a dinner together, or like organize events, or do something basically that's deeper, that deepens that relationship. This could also get into sharing personal stories. So on another level is deepen the conversation. If you're at a networking event, and everyone's like, hi, Bob, I'm a real estate agent and I'm boring as hell. Hi, I'm a mortgage broker. I'm boring as hell too. Save everyone else in that conversation and jump in and maybe make it a little more personal. Share an insecurity, share a travel story. Do anything to basically deepen that conversation over the very simple, like, here's my business card that sometimes you hear at networking type events.
That reminds me of just being vulnerable with people. When you are a little bit vulnerable, not too excessive, don't go crazy with this.
Don't start crying in the middle of a business event.
Don't do that. But if you can make the other person feel that they can comfortably be a little vulnerable around you, and they open up to you, you open up to them, it's great for you to go first. I think that really does go deep. And when you have that bond, it's like, you know their secret, they know your secret. Like, it's like an instant bond that will last a very long time and maybe turn into like a real friendship.
It's a very quick way, not in a manipulative way, but just a better way to deepen relationships. Absolutely. Is to be vulnerable, share an insecurity, and it allows other people to feel comfortable opening up as well. And you have to assume that you are going to be the most comfortable and maybe confident person there. So lead the way, share some vulnerability, and that gives everyone else permission to do the same. And you end up in a much more meaningful interaction than you otherwise would.
Yeah, and there's a little like, you don't want to go too crazy. I just want to reiterate that.
Let's reiterate that. Yeah,
like don't go too much on the very first meeting, but a little bit of vulnerability goes a long way.
And the third tip, which is Matt's, is something I suggested he share because it's something he does better than almost anyone I know. Maybe actually better than anyone I know. And that is
connect people with other people. I have been doing this for years, and it's not like it's a technique or a strategy. I just naturally do it. I meet somebody like Dan, helps people become location independent and grow their online business. And when I meet somebody who wants to be location independent, I'm always like, you should go to dreamsaroundtheworld.com and meet my buddy Dan. Like, he's like the go-to person for that. So I'm always trying to connect people with Dan. And other times I might, I just met a graphic designer at a coffee shop. Someone on Facebook posted, I need a graphic designer. I'm like, boom, boom, like just connect those two people together and let them kind of take it from there. Even though they're two people I hardly know, by connecting them, I build a bond between both of them in a much stronger way, and they're also building a bond and so on. So I have found that to be a great way to really build, social equity. Is that a word?
That's the word. I think social equity is a word.
Yeah.
If not, it is now.
Yeah, within your sphere of influence and community, a lot of good keywords there, It works really well. So connect people with other people.
Now we're going to do a part 2 to this video focused a little more on the making friends aspect. But if you found this useful, you'll definitely find the next video helpful. And part of it, we're going to build on this concept of connecting people, but in a different way, a way that can sometimes get a little out of control. So do subscribe to the channel, hit that bell button, and stay tuned for part 2 of this in, I guess, 2 to 3 days, depending on when we're publishing here. Thanks for watching. Catch you in the next video.